Welcome to the WNO podcast, everything about WNO. We got a big event coming up next week. I got the Gucci shades on. We're going to talk gambling later on this show. Shout out to our boys in the Discord and the YouTube chat. We got the Discord going now. We'll talk about that in a minute. On my left, Corey Stockton, Reed Connell. Sorry I got distracted at the beginning. We're watching an old Cactus Jack over here match to my left. Connor, Josh, and in the back, man in the YouTube chat and the Discord now. Connor, why don't you explain what's going on with this Discord thing? I didn't even know what the hell Discord was until a few days ago. Tell them what's going on. I'm in there interacting. A lot of athletes are on there. What's going on?
Yeah, we got a lot of the YouTube chat already in there. So if you're not, check out the link at the top of the chat. I'll drop it again throughout the show. It's pretty much a forum that anyone can join in on. We got Luis Quinones, we got Mikey Musumeci, we got Big O all kind of joining in whenever they want, Andrew Wiltsey. So be sure to get in there. Don't talk about belts, don't talk about the gi, you know the rules. Steve is going to be perma-banning anyone that does, so should be good.
Shout out to my lieutenant, Steve. This is an international crime syndicate. That guy's, he's got rank here. He's working as a moderator in our YouTube chat now in the Discord. It's basically a full-time job for this guy. Love you, Steve. All right, let's get into it. We're going to talk betting lines today. We're going to talk about, it's insane, right, that we're already coming up on another event. It feels like just yesterday we had the last one.
Yeah, they're happening more and more quickly. A little bit of a short turnaround on this one, but that's great for us. It's great for everybody watching at home. So lots of interesting odds to talk about here.
Yeah, we got Craig Ty in the main event, man. We've been waiting for this one since April 30th. Got rescheduled June 18th. It's happening. Ty Rotolo versus Craig Jones. Really looking forward to that one. Plus 9 other crazy matches on the card. Plus a sick wrestling match. Like, we're throwing shit out the board here, seeing if it sticks. So let's go.
Yeah, if you don't like this, we don't got nothing for you. Because, I mean, Craig Jones versus Ty Rotolo doesn't get any better than this. I mean, they both dominated. I mean, the pullout last time made it better. They both went out and had dominant wins. This is a bigger match now. We got Jordan Burroughs, Olympic gold medalist wrestling on this thing. Mikey Musumeci, no-gi Mikey fighting a no-gi guy, leg lock expert in Junior Ocasio. All kinds of crazy shit. Taza versus Mika Gabriel. I'm forgetting some of these matches on here, but we're going to talk the betting lines today. Where are we going to start? Are we going to start the prelims, work our way up, or start the main event?
Let's start at the bottom, work the way up.
All right, Corey, you made the betting lines article. Why don't you explain to us what's going on with the first line, the first match, what kind of line? Oh, shit, I forgot Keenan's on here. First match, what kind of lines we got?
Yeah, so let's point out, too, that all these betting lines are on BetDSI and Bet Online. Let's talk about first the very first prelim, which I think is that right? Cody Steele versus Philip Rao?
I think it's Crane versus Kelly.
Okay. Jesse Crane versus Danielle Kelly. So Jesse is the favorite. She minus 185 versus Danielle Kelly plus 145. I think Jesse's one behind Danielle in the rankings, but after what she did to Lauren Sears in her last match, I'm not incredibly surprised by these lines. What do you guys think?
No respect to my rankings from BetDSI here. I mean, my rankings should be used as who's going to be the favorite. But I mean, no, this makes sense. Jesse Crane's coming off some momentum. She's won her last couple matches. I mean, she hasn't really fought anybody at Danielle's level. I want to say no disrespect to her opponents. But, I mean, this is another match in that crazy 115 division. I mean, everybody's pumped for this division in September where we're going to declare a champion for this. But, I mean, shit. I mean, it's got big ranking implications there. Who's the Crane? I think I agree with Crane being the favorite.
Yeah, both these girls have been on the Who's Number One stage before. Danielle lost her debut there to Jessica Khan. Jessica Khan, we're all really high on her. So Jessie got the win against 10th Planet's Lauren Sears last time. This is going to be their second match now on this card here. So, very interested to see how this one plays out. I know Danielle Kelly was very disappointed in her performance the last time around. So I think this is her shot now to kind of right that performance. She's coming in again as the underdog. You got to think that that's going to fire up Danielle Kelly a little bit more. I think Danielle Kelly, how close these odds are right here. I think she's a live dog for sure. I think you can put some money on her and make a little bit because this is a close match. And
this division, there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide, right? It's like anywhere these girls go, it's just everybody's so tough, everybody's attacking. Something that I find interesting is they have this match going over 10 minutes. They have a minus 450 for over 10 minutes, but if you take under 10 minutes, it's plus 325. You guys think this match goes over under 10 minutes? I mean, both their last matches went to the decision, right?
No.
Crane got the sub.
Submission, but it was late.
The sub, but it was late. And
yeah, it was
I
over
think
10 minutes. Yeah.
Given her style, she at least what we saw against Lauren Sears, she really wanted to take the back. She wasn't going to accept anything except for back control, and she took her time getting there and really putting the pressure on, really cooking her opponent. I think that's her style. And we know that Danielle's scrappy and she's scrambly, right? She hung in there with Jessica Khan of all people for 15 minutes. So I think the over is the smart bet here, but given those lines, it's a tough one to take.
Yeah, I mean the over. I mean that's why they make it right that, right? Because the over is probably going to happen. I mean we got Crane's the favorite, Kelly's the dog. Connor, what's going on over their social media, Discord, YouTube chat? How these people doing?
They're doing good, man. We got Lewis in the chat. He's actually probably doing a better job of making sure no one talks about the gi. They actually did have a question though. If I were to try and get some of those nice fancy Gucci shades, how would I do that with these betting lines? Because it looks like Hollywood Mike is trying to upgrade out here, right?
You want to know how to get Gucci shades?
Yeah. What bet do I need to put down to grab them? And also, shout out for the Gucci shades. The chat loves them.
Got the real Gucci shades going, but I don't know. I've only seen lines from one match so far, Connor. Let me tell you my pick. Let's all make our lock pick of the event at the end. I haven't even looked at most of this stuff so far, but all right. We'll check back in with Discord and YouTube as we go along. Second match of the night. This one's got to be a question mark for the odds makers. Philip Rowe, he's fights in the UFC. Doesn't have too much. I think he's done a few things, some fight to win and stuff, but he kept hitting me up wanting to get in there. Cody Steele, we know he always loves to scrap. He lives in town. He's easy to work with. Get him on here. I mean, what do they got going on? Corey, what's going on with these odds here? Obviously, Cody, big favorite. So
Cody's the favorite here by a pretty large margin. He's a minus 350 favorite. Philip Rowe is the plus 285 underdog. A little bit more interesting in the prop bets. I think, given this match, given Cody's style and the fact that Philip Rowe is a relatively unknown, I think those odds are about right. Those lines are about right. Reed, what do you think?
Yeah, Philip, he's a UFC fighter. I'm not sure if we said that. He fights in the UFC, was trying to get a match with, talking to Mike, and he's on here versus Cody Steele. I believe Cody Steele kind of trying to make that transition to MMA as well. So both these kind of guys kind of in that same, MMA jiu-jitsu realm right now. But I think, I was asking Mike earlier what to expect from Philip Rowe here. Not exactly 100% sure. Haven't seen too much of his grappling pedigree. But luckily we know no matter what, Cody Steele scraps. He throws down. So this is going to be a fun one. I definitely have a feeling.
Who knows what to expect? I barely know anything about Philip Rowe. I mean, half of my contract negotiations with him was him responding to me with gifts. So seems like a pretty cool guy. He's an MMA fighter or a UFC fighter going against Cody sounds perfect, I think, for Cody's style. It's going to be exciting. Great way to start off in the free prelims, as always. The first three are free. But, all right, nothing really to talk about here. Cody's the favorite. We don't know too much about Philip. It's going to be a fun match to watch. But let's get on to the next one. Sort of the main event of the prelims, if you could say, right? I'm really interested to see what the odds are for this one because both these guys got momentum coming on. What's going on here with Mikael Galvao versus Oliver Taza? Yeah,
Mika Galvao is the favorite against Oliver Taza in his line. So he's a minus 175. They're slim margins, but it's impressive to see that the odds makers think that Mika's the favorite here, given Oliver Taza. I mean, he's a recent black belt, right? But he's been competing with black belts. He's been ADCC trials winner, ADCC veteran since 2016, 2017. So a lot closer than I think a lot of people would have expected. But I don't know. Mika is kind of riding a hype train. What do you guys think?
God damn, look at that heel hook and that photo you used in the article. That thing was brutal.
Wow. That
hurt just to watch. I mean, Taza's 2-0 in the event, but the Tama one was pretty close. He got his guard passed against Alves, but to me, I'm no medical expert. It looked like he was going to break the guy's leg. Reed, who would you take here?
Yeah, man, huge opportunity, let's say, for both these guys. Mika and Taza, both of them, kind of on the come up, trying to make a name for themselves. I think Galvao really put a stamp and kind of arrived at the last Who's Number One with his performance there against Andrew Tackett. Fantastic matchup. And this is just like, it's the main event, the prelims. These are going to be free on YouTube. Big opportunity for Mika and Oliver to win some fans. And who knows? Both the winner of this could, in 6 months' time be headlining a Who's Number One event, right? Like these guys kind of are on that cusp, and I think whoever wins here has a real opportunity to become, one of the biggest stars on Who's Number One. I do agree with Mika being the favorite. He is just the kind of younger, more up and coming guy, but we haven't seen him be tested with these heel hooks, with these leg entanglements and stuff like that. I know he hit a leg lock at Nogi Pans there, but Oliver Taza and the Danaher Death Squad are on a whole another level, and I think guys like Jonata and who did Oliver beat the last time? Johnny. I think those type of guys, they think that they can hang with Oliver. His jiu-jitsu doesn't look anything too crazy, and then they get in there and find out that Taza's leg locks are just a completely new level.
You know what I think is interesting here is how tight the prop bets are, right? If we look at the over/under, if we look at the prop bets for submissions or decisions, the odds makers have no idea what to expect.
I'm loving under 10 minutes at plus 175.
Yeah.
I don't think this match is going to go 10 minutes.
But I mean, we've seen like Taza spam submission attacks, right? And he hasn't hit one yet in 30 minutes of jiu-jitsu.
God, I mean, he did.
I mean,
he deserved one last time. Alba should have tapped him.
But you don't think Mika Galvao is going to eat a heel hook the same way?
Probably will. People from Manaus just seem like they don't tap the shit. But, I mean, they're both riding a wave of momentum coming in here. Going into the last one, obviously, it's not like Mika Galvao is anything new to us. We had him on the first event back in February of last year, the GI event. But it's like he's 17. He's becoming an adult. Now, you hear all these stories about him. He's this Brazilian Superman going to come and beat everybody. And then he's been stuck in Brazil this entire time. He gets up here. We put him against Andrew Tackett, very accomplished grappler for his age. I mean, he dominated Andrew Tackett.
Taza, great match.
Taza beats Giant Tom and Nogi World Champion. Goes out there against Jonathan Alves, somebody that a lot of people were considering the dog, and hits a few nasty heel hooks on him. Probably should have won by submission. Alves, I would imagine, was regretting that afterwards. But, I mean, this is one that we got to kick it over to the internet. What's going on in the chat, on the YouTube? I'm sure they're going crazy about this. People love Mika Galvao. People love the DDS. Who do they think is going to win this match?
Right now, it looks like we got a lot of Mika fans in the chat.
No surprise.
They actually think this is going to be A, fight of the night, and B, they don't think it should be free on the YouTube. Sorry, I just lost my headphone. They don't think it should be free on the YouTube, which it is. It's going to be on the prelims. You guys can check it out, Facebook or YouTube. But it is probably one of the most exciting matches that we have on the card. I do think Mikael is going to eat a heel hook, anything Taza puts in front of him, honestly.
Well, if they don't want it free, if they're complaining about it, we can charge them for it all day long if they want. We're just trying to be generous here. But, yeah, this is a crazy match to be putting out free. This could be main event in most events. God damn, I just can't wait to see that what happened. We got a lot of matches to make it through. Do they have before we make it up? Did they have betting lines for the Jordan Burroughs match?
There's no line.
All right.
Dang.
All right. First match of the main card. Andrew Wiltse, our man from the Daisy Fresh series, had a meeting with Panda Express Corporate yesterday. Might be something in the works. We'll see what's going on. Dream come
Finally,
true.
those guys are getting on board. Finally,
dream come true from our friend Andrew. Versus Gabriel Almeida. Gabriel's coming off a loss against Nicky Ryan last month. I mean, decision, but it was a pretty clean win for Nicky. Pretty dominant. Andrews won the last two. He had a close one with PJ Barch. Tapped David Garmo was the next one. Corey.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that these lines are so close, to be honest. Wiltse's the favorite here. I don't think that should be really a surprise that he's minus 185. Gabriel Almeida's plus 150. Now, we've seen Almeida... He's had upset after upset 2020, a lot of mostly 2020. He's legit. He can hang with the best of them. He can sometimes overthrow the best of them. But I'm still surprised, given that this is a 15-minute match and given how dominant Nicky Ryan looked, that Wiltse is not a larger favorite here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gabriel Almeida, I think he's going to be coming in a little hot this time around. He was disappointed. I think he had a good performance against Nicky, but ultimately, of course, wasn't enough. Nicky really kind of stole that match for sure. But this is different. Different kind of pace, different guy. Andrew not going to have that same. I think pedigree. He won't have to worry about the leg locks and things like that. So I don't know. I think Gabriel might be an interesting bet here at plus 150. If you're gonna bet a couple dogs here.
I'm like
if you need some Gucci sunglasses, yeah. I'm just saying.
I'm like an under. You want to learn how to get some Gucci sunglasses like me? I'm like an under 10 minutes right here at plus 295. I mean, Gabriel's coming off a loss. He's gonna be wanting to prove something on this stage. Yeah. Andrew Wiltse, I know, was really frustrated with his nogi pants. He did a lot of playing guard with people on top, not doing anything. 0-0 matches. I think Andrew's gonna come out firing. Gabriel's gonna come out firing. I think somebody's getting tapped in under 10 minutes. I like plus 295 under 10 minutes here.
I don't know. I have a hard time taking the under here. I mean, even though I like those odds, I like that line. Seeing how effective Gabriel Almeida was at staving off Nicky Ryan's offense, and given that Andrew Wiltse has a very a kind of, it's difficult for him to get started from his guard sometimes when he's trapped underneath.
I think he's gonna wrestle. He made a post the other day.
I'd love to see it.
Guard pulling.
If that's the case, take the under.
And I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna start trying to wrestle, and Gabriel's gonna pull. It would be my guess.
We got a lot of Wiltsy fans in the chat.
Is he in there? He was in there last night.
He's not in the chat right now. We'll keep an eye out for him. But they think the orange chicken is going to be the deciding factor here. He is coming off of like some real confidence-boosting meetings here with Panda Express. Maybe he's ready to show out.
It's all coming together.
How do you even compete with somebody like Andrew Wiltsy? This guy makes a whole bunch of money and just lives in a box on the side of the gym, just by choice. Makes more money than I do. Next match on the card, Cade Rotolo versus Cole Francis. I'm surprised Cade's not a bigger favorite here.
And Cade's a pretty substantial favorite at that, right? He's minus 400, Cole Francis at plus 300, the underdog. I kind of agree with you. Cole has been relatively quiet on the jiu-jitsu scene in the last couple of months, and Cade coming in hot after his last win over Ethan. I am a little bit shocked that these are odds. The margins aren't a little bit wider, but leave it to the odds makers, right?
Yeah, Rotolo by submission at 200 there. That looks pretty good.
That's a juicy bet.
That looks pretty good. That might get you some Gucci shades. I feel like you can throw enough money down on that.
Does anybody else have a minus for winning by submission here? Like, it seems like they're all plus. Oh, Cody Steele has a minus for winning by submission. I mean, Cade Rotolo, probably the best he ever looked. Maybe the best Who's Number One match of all time. Last time he went out, that match was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The obvious move was to line him up with Kennedy. Kennedy wasn't available for this date, so we talked to a couple people. Some people talking about belts or whatever stuff that we don't discuss. But we got Cole Francis, top 10 ranked guy. He's got some legit wins, but he hasn't. When's the last time Cole Francis competed?
He had a fight to win against. He had a fight to win recently. I mean, Cade's got the momentum. Cade looked incredible last time. The Rotolo brothers are like the DDS in these rules, where it's like, it's perfect for them because they never stop attacking. They don't know anything else.
For 15 minutes, like, you got to be weathering the storm of the Rotolos.
Under 10 minutes, 245. Rotolo by submission, minus 200. They're both minus, but I mean,
yeah.
I think Cade will tap him in under 10 minutes. I mean, if he comes out and looks like he did last time, how long did Ethan last in that match?
I think it went. I can tell you.
Like 8 minutes.
That's about right.
Somewhere around there. Just under 10, maybe.
I don't see many people in the world lasting even 10 minutes with Cade. I mean, after his performance with Ethan, that's
to do that to Ethan in 8 minutes. It's like, man.
Yeah, if he shows up like that, he could do it to anybody. But I'm surprised that Cade's not getting like Grace Gundam type of respect, like when she fought Alex Nguyen and was like up like minus 1,000 or something. Because I think Cade's the big favorite here.
So that match, Cade versus Ethan, ended at 8 minutes and 31 seconds. So well under 10 minutes, especially given that first armbar could have finished the match too. Right, and that was probably 4 minutes in the match.
And that looked like it should have finished the match, right. Honestly. If that's anyone else that's not near as stubborn and doesn't want to get their haircut buzzed, then I don't think they're making it past that armbar.
But hey, Cole, I remember Cole from the ADCC trials there back in 2019, and definitely Cole was somebody that stuck out to me. I don't think he placed. He might have got third or fourth, I believe, but he had a couple impressive submissions in there. He's gunning for ADCC as well, just like everybody wants a spot on the ADCC roster. So this was a big opportunity for Cole to be fighting a guy. What's Cade ranked, like number 2, number 1?
Number two.
Number 2?
After Kennedy.
Yeah, so this is a big opportunity for Cole to kind of like arrive on this stage. He trains out there in California. I know he's got a good team of guys he's training with and stuff like that. So, can't sleep on Cole either here.
Looking at this whole lineup, I just did a little sneak peek at the upcoming match we're about to talk. If you want to bet some of these favorites, I'd get them in now because I think these lines are going to swing, and I think these people, the odds are going to be a lot worse for some of these people by the time it gets to fight night because I think there's some good bets on some favorites here. And, I mean, especially going into this next one, sort of another question mark type of match. Raphael Geddes has looked damn near unbeatable. She's minus 450 against Aaron Harp. I've only ever seen her compete one time. She looked great, but it's like you got to favor Raphael versus almost anybody right now.
Yeah, another MMA veteran, Aaron Harp, fights for Invicta, I believe. But it is she is kind of an unknown. Raphaela is the favorite. I think she should be. She's a Pan and Nogi Pan champ. She's a minus 450. Aaron Harp is plus 325 as the underdog. There are some interesting prop bets in here. given the fact that we know what Raphael can do, right? We've seen her time and time again just really, really put the pace on people. I think people are going to be surprised by Erin Harp and how aggressive she is. I really think we're going to see a clash of a very similar style here. They're both very aggressive, gritty. They like to wrestle. I don't see this go to the mat right away. I also don't see it being a stally type wrestling match. I think it's just going to be kind of two bulls running at each other.
Yeah, Raphael, she's on track, I think, to be kind of, one of the greats in that weight class. She's very young still. She already accomplished quite a bit in her young black belt career. This is, she had the fantastic submission win in the last Who's Number One against Maggie. How do you know how long that one was? Well, that might have been over 10 minutes, right? That was kind of.
Was it really?
I'm not sure. Somewhere around there.
Raphael is going out and stomping everybody. She's really aggressive. How much?
11:29.
11:29. Erin Harp looked great when I saw her compete, also against Maggie. I think Raphael has got to be the heavy favorite here. It's minus 450. I could see that getting worse by the time it gets to fight night. But let's move on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and call this my lock bet right now. If you take it at these odds, right? Kane Cornelius is only minus 305 versus Haizam Rita. No disrespect to Haizam. I think he's getting a lot. I think the fact that Keenan's been so inactive is really swaying the odds makers here. Just sort of a question mark. I mean, this is a guy, 4-time ADCC medalist. Right. Haizam's pretty fresh. I mean, Keenan and only minus 305 right here. I'll call that my lock out of these bets already.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I think we've seen what Haizam can do, what he's on, right? He is explosive. He finishes people quickly. But when he's off, he can kind of get finished relatively quickly. And Keenan is probably going to be one of the toughest tests he's had. So it's going to be somebody very good at putting him off. So I'd even say Keenan by submission is a lock for me.
I was going to say
plus 105.
And plus
it's pretty
105.
even.
I mean, there's a big skill gap here.
Right. You're talking about a guy, Kane Cornelius, who's gone against some of the greatest legends of our sport, who's submitted, legends like Dean Lister, who submitted guys, recently. Big names. So this is a guy who like Kane Duarte and things like that. This is a guy who is well seasoned. Especially, Keenan is all about submitting people, all about the submission. So yeah, a little surprised to see the odds. Cornelius by sub at the even bet. That one seems pretty slick.
It's just got to be because they don't know what to expect with Keenan. He hasn't competed in almost a year. I think people are going to pile on all these Keenan bets. So minus 305, Cornelius by submission plus 105. Under 10 minutes plus 175. I think people are going to pile on all this stuff, and it's all going to just get worse for you if you don't bet now. But
that's how you get Gucci shades.
That's how you make the big bucks like us.
Let's hear what the internet has to say about this one.
Yeah, for sure. What are they thinking about Keenan coming back?
Everyone's pretty excited about Keenan coming back. I think
you too.
I think what I'm curious is how do you guys think he actually can get this up if he's going to do it?
Keenan heel hooks people. He can get on the back. He's got. I've seen him triangle people. No, he's got it. Keenan's got a well-rounded game. He can tap him in a lot of ways.
Yeah, maybe Haizam, I've seen Haizam out there working the leg entanglement game, working the heel hook game, but that is a game that Keenan is very well versed in. He's trained with Gordon. He's trained with DDS. He's competed against those guys. He's kind of rivals with those guys, so he's done the work to kind of figure out how to get out of those positions, how to be offensive in those positions. So if it goes to those leg entanglements, the last match with Haizam, we didn't see too much of Haizam's jiu-jitsu on the ground. It was mainly a stand-up war. I don't think we're going to see that. I think Keenan will have no problem playing underneath the large Haizam Rita. But yeah, this is a great matchup. A lot of question marks. Haizam is kind of on the come up, so we'll see where he is at the moment. We'll see.
Yeah. Keenan coming for revenge, right?
Exactly.
Haizam beat his student Sloan last time, and then called him out in the interview afterwards. But what were you going to say about this one, Corey, before we move on?
One of the things we love about Haizam is he goes out there, he takes risks, right? He puts it all out there. So he's going to take some chances. I don't think that I see Keenan playing the leg game with him because I think Keenan wants to be on top in this match. That's my opinion. I have no idea. But I think that he has a better chance of instilling his game from the top position here.
Yeah, I think minus 305 is no respect being shown for Keenan Kai James Cornelius. But let's move on to the.
Before we move on,
all right, yeah, what's up?
If you are going to be in Austin, Texas, there is a Keenan seminar going on Thursday, I believe. you guys can go in and learn from the Squid Master, Worm Master, etc., etc. It will be in the gi, so bring your gi. Sorry, 10th Planet guys, and sorry to the Discord, because I know we just talked about the permaban for it.
Where can they sign up for that? It's in the Instagram story or some shit?
You can sign up at the link in our bio on our Instagram.
There you go.
All right, in our co-main event of the evening, the biggest favorite of the night, Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Cactus Jack. Just kidding. Actually, this is
No,
the biggest.
we got Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon.
Oh, shit.
It's a
It's
good
a
one.
good thing I didn't know that was going on. Is this a ladder match?
Ladder match 95. Yep, this is
You can
a
see
legendary one.
You can see we're strictly professional here. We're watching 90s WWE on the left while we're working. The biggest favorite of the night, Mikey Musumeci versus Junie. I mean, Junie's plus 500. Mikey's my boy. I mean, I think Nogi Mikey is basically unbeatable, but I mean, I'm surprised that he's the biggest favorite on the card because Junie is so good at Nogi in this rule set. He's a leg lock guy. Lot to digest here. Corey, what's going on with these odds?
Yeah, so Junie is the plus 500 underdog against the minus 800 Mikey Musumeci. I tend to stick by Hollywood Mike's rule of never betting the minus 500, but this is
Minus 800. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, over minus 500 I think is too much.
And I tend to agree. This is a really tough match to predict. I think that Junie is probably one of the tougher, if not the toughest matches Mikey's seen, especially in Nogi. But Mikey, we've said this time and time again, has only lost twice to guys his size in his black belt career. So really tough to bet against him. For me, I'm staying away from this match. I don't know.
Man, that under 10 minutes is pretty wild. I mean, you could do like under 1 minute. Is this what's it gonna do? I mean, no disrespect to Junie, obviously super game. Really excited to see him out there. I think it's best case scenario for Junie if Mikey comes out the same way he came out against Lucas Pinheiro. I think that's something that Junie probably wants. That he invites. He wants those leg entanglements. He wants to see who's got the better reactions, who knows more in those situations. So I think if it comes out there and it's kind of a leg lock shootout, best case scenario for Junie, but who knows? Mikey's got so many different tools. He's working on so many different things. Maybe now, since Junie really is a leg lock, kind of master leg lock specialist, maybe Mikey will stay away from that. He'll look for this Nogi Kanto choke that he was trying to do, or he'll look for taking the back or something like that. Who knows? A lot of question marks certainly in this matchup. But shout out to Junie for taking this one. Not a lot of guys were jumping at the opportunity to take on Mikey Musumeci, especially after his last performance.
Yeah, if there's anybody who's good at developing strategies in jiu-jitsu, it's Mikey Musumeci, right?
Exactly.
Like he knows he's no dummy. He knows what to go out there and do. It'll be interesting if he wants to challenge Junie in the leg lock game, because like he's been saying in all of his interviews, he's working heel hooks 12 hours a day. Mikey's a fast learner. He might already be the best heel hooker in the division.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
I mean, is he going to go out there? Is he going to play the heel hook game with him? Is he going to try and bolo out of it, Rotolo, Felipe Pena style? I don't know. He's going to try and get on top of the pass. Who knows? But I mean, I wouldn't bet against Mikey Musumeci here. Junie's the biggest dog of the night. Mikey's the biggest favorite. Under 10 minutes is minus 350. So they really think this match is not even going to go 10 minutes. Musumeci by submission is minus 500.
Wow.
That's an insane prop bet.
Ocasio by submission plus 650.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, bookies are really leaning in the way of Mikey finishing this match and finishing it quick.
For good reason. Mike, the things that Mikey's proved in such a short amount of time on the Who's Number One stage, no doubt this is what he deserves. Edwin, had a great performance against Gio at the last, or one of the previous ones. Didn't get the win. Didn't get the I'm sure exactly what he wanted. So this is his second time around. He'll be fired up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem taking the over 10 minutes here. Both of Junie's matches have gone the distance, and I think Junie's going to be wise to that very early setup game that Mikey has. I think even if this does go in Mikey's favor, I think it's going to be more the way of a Marcelo Cohen match. Junie's scrappy, right? He's scrambly. He's not going to stick to one game. He's going to bounce all over the place and see what sticks. So if he can try and decipher what Mikey's trying to do, this may go over 10. I think that's the best bet here.
He's a resilient guy. You don't see Junie get submitted too often, I feel like. So
Connor.
Man, the entire YouTube chat, except for one person, is going for Mikey Musumeci. And can you guess who that one person is?
He doesn't know anything about jiu-jitsu, or
It's Steve.
Steve, wow.
Steve is choosing
the
Junie.
contrarian.
Yeah, which, you know what? I'm going to stick with Steve because I like the odds, and if we're going to make a marble, I'm picking safe bets this whole time, so if we're going to get the marble table, I'll go for Junie on this one, and then next week I'll pick Mikey so that he doesn't beat me up when he shows up.
What about Discord? What do they say? Yeah,
Let me tell you, safe bets don't get you Gucci shades, by the way.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. I'm trying to step up.
His name is misspelled up there. His name is not Mikey Musumeci, but don't worry about that. Connor, what are they saying on Discord? I know Mikey gets in there and chats sometime. Who are they picking with these odds?
I actually think the Discord has moved over to the YouTube chat. We're just migrating
it's
back
just all
and
the
forth.
same people on two different places, huh?
Yeah, but we got Kitman in there now. Shout out Kitman. He's on the short list for moderator, so don't be a well, I can't say
Who's
that.
Kitman? What's the story?
Shout out Kitman.
Shout out Kitman.
What's the story with this guy? Tell me his background before we make him a moderator.
Kitman has been in here. He's been
What's he
trolling
done?
us for pretty much since I've joined the YouTube chat, but he's always been with us. So
Sounds
that's
like
what
a
we're
great
looking
guy.
for.
Been trolling you for a long time. Let's make him a moderator. I'm all for it. Kitman. Who else we got in the run to maybe join Steve? Steve needs some support.
He's got a lot of work.
This
on his
guy's
shoulders.
working around the clock.
We got GS, and he suggested Undertaker versus Mankind cage match. That's the best. Fire emoji. He's already winning us over with some wrestling references. So GS is always on the list.
GS in there today?
Yes, sir.
GS joined the Discord yet?
I don't know, but if he's not, he's dead to me. So.
Steve has vouched for him to me. Get GS in there, get him moderator status, and we need backup. We got to fend these people off. This thing's going to get bigger and bigger. We need an army. We need support.
People always remember that Mankind got thrown off the Hell in a Cell, but they always forget that he came back into the ring and wrestled like another 30-minute match after being thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell. What a legend.
Yeah.
What a
And
legend.
also, Mikey Musumeci just joined us in the YouTube chat. So please don't be mad at me for picking against you.
Oh, he's going to threaten your life.
What's Mikey
know.
saying? Ask
He's-
Mikey what's going on.
You want to do a Fix My Game with him, Connor?
Absolutely not. He's doing eyes and devil emojis, so I'm a little bit concerned. But we'll see. I'll just avoid him until forever, I guess.
Let's get a little chat going. You could be the intermediary here, sort of like a psychic talking to a dead person. To ask Mikey how he's doing.
All right. I got you, boss.
Just kind of like telepathically, though.
Yeah.
Ask him.
They'll also, he may just reply to you here because he can hear you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Got you.
Amazing how things work these days. You can hear me going through these microphones. But all right, let's get to we're on to the main event already. I'd
here
be
we
interested
are.
before we talk about this. When this match got canceled last time, had there been a line released or?
There was. I don't have it recorded, but I know the line was way
It has to be
wide-
way different now because
wider
this is
than
close. This is a lot closer
Very
than I thought it
close.
was going to be.
Yeah, and so that speaks to how impressed everybody was by Rotolo, right? The fact that, despite the fact that Craig's had another match where he won in 30 seconds, that doesn't do as much for Craig as Rotolo's win over William Tackett did for Ty. Craig Jones is the favorite. I don't think that's a surprise, but he's only minus 20 here. Rotolo is the plus 175 underdog. Crazy close odds.
I didn't think it was going to be this close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
neither did I going into this, especially given the fact that when we announced the match just a couple of months ago and the match was scheduled for April 30th, the lines were drastically different. Offhand, I think Craig was in the minus 3s, 4s maybe, and Ty was in the plus 2s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't think it would be this close because I'm discounting Rotolo. I think he's got a great chance. I don't ever count this guy out, especially after like his Nikki match, his Ty match. It just seems the fan response has been so overwhelmingly that this is a Craig heavily favored match that I would have thought he would have been a bigger favorite.
I think the problem was that people really thought that there was going to be such a big size and strength discrepancy between Craig and Ty. And then to see Ty go out there against William Tackett and to have the size, he weighed in, 185 pounds. And Tackett is a big dude. He's a guy who lifts a lot. He does like the Olympic lifts and stuff. So he's putting on mass, he's putting on size, he's putting on strength. And Ty kind of threw him around the mat, and really looked very, very dominant. Didn't look like Ty was out-strength or anything like that, outsized against William. So I think that really surprised a lot of people to see how big, how physical a grappler that Rotolo is turning into. And so, yeah, 100% love to see Ty coming back down.
You want to know how much respect Ty is getting here? Craig Jones taps everybody in under 5 minutes so far when he's been on this card. He's only minus 115 to get a sub. How many other people would Craig only be minus 115 to be? There's a lot of bets out there to make money with right now. I mean, if these favorites, I mean, these guys for subs, I mean, out of all these betting shows we've done, I've never seen so many things where I'm like, damn, that looks juicy. I mean, I probably legally can't bet on this shit, but.
So I think this is really important to point out, too. Craig has had 3 15-minute scheduled, 3 matches scheduled, 15 minutes on who's number one. He has 7 minutes and 18 seconds of mat time total in all 3 matches.
Less than 8 minutes and 3 minutes. And he's only minus 115 for something. So that's how much respect Ty is getting in this
Submitted
match.
submitted Roberto in 2 minutes, submitted Ronaldo in 4 minutes, and submitted Panza in 30 seconds. Like crazy. But yeah, I got to agree with the odds maker.
I do too. Yeah.
Like I don't think this one's going to be a 1 minute match for either guy. I think that like this is going to be one that's won in the 10-minute mark and beyond for sure. In my opinion.
I mean, I agree with you. I think the odds maker knows what he's talking about here because I think a lot of people out there on social media think this is going to be like sort of like a squash match, like a 66 kilogram Ty versus Craig. I think this is going to be closer than people think. I think Ty's got a great chance. Obviously, Craig deserves to be the favorite, but I mean, I think this guy knows what he's talking about, seeing that he's keeping it this close.
Yeah.
Over here we have Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels have been laying face down for the last 10 minutes.
I think
which one of them is going to get up and climb up the ladder? All right, before we go on to the Jordan Burroughs match and discuss it a little bit, favorite pro wrestler of all time. If you follow my Instagram stories, it's no secret. Razor Ramon. I love Razor Ramon. We're watching him right now. Corey, who are you going with?
Man, I grew up on Kane. I'm sticking with Kane.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, for sure. I grew up in the Attitude Era as well. Love Razor Ramon as well, actually.
Razor Ramon is just hilarious.
Yeah. Love his shtick, the bad guy shtick.
Likes to party too, so I'd get along with him.
But gonna have to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin here. He was
Stone Cold.
Just that hearing the glass shatter, just raises goosebumps on my arms.
I was playing poker with the FloGrappling guys the other night. And we put on a Royal Rumble. Well, after the UFC fights got done, we put on a Royal Rumble where Stone Cold and Vince are the first two people, and then they leave the ring and they beat the shit out of Stone Cold in the bathroom, like Joe Briscoe, and then Stone Cold and Vince are the last two people, and everybody from FloGrappling, like half of them went into it like, this is stupid, why are we putting this on? By the end, they were like, this is the greatest fucking thing of all time.
Incredible.
It was the best writing that you could possibly imagine. Undertaker literally showed up at the Royal Rumble just to kill somebody. He never even entered the ring. He put a guy in a hearse and then drove away with him. It was unbelievable writing. Whoever wrote that thing deserves credit as a genius, as a literary genius. Connor, who you going with back there?
I'm going with Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid. I did when he was with Triple H, and they were doing Degeneration
Thanks, man.
That's what that I wasn't even allowed.
You probably
to
like
walk.
his music, don't you? You probably like dancing around to his music.
I do. I like to come out that's how I wake up every morning. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just a heads up for everyone in the chat. We also have, if you want event tickets in Austin, Texas, you can also get those in the link in our bio. And they're giving you a shout out for DDS in Puerto Rico, episode 2. There's some people in the chat that have just seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out.
For sure. That one just hit the site. DDS Puerto Rico. Craig Jones, it features. You get to see all the whole behind the scenes. You get the house tour. You get the training environment. John talks about him. You go back and forth between how he kind of got in the DDS squad and his matches with Ronaldo. Plenty of juice there to check out with Craig Jones.
Nobody funner to work with than Craig, right? Like when we're getting ready to go shoot with Craig when we're in Puerto Rico, I'm like, damn, this is going to be a great day. Like he'll fucking do anything we want. He literally texted me the first time when we were going to shoot this. Said, well, I'll get naked if you want. I'll do anything you want.
Nothing's off the table.
You're going to be laughing your ass off all day, having a great time. Always great working with Craig Jones, and it really comes through in the editing of this episode if you guys want to go check that out.
Tyler, how about you? Favorite wrestler?
Tyler, our producer, in the back.
Give me Shane McMahon. Anyone who loves getting
Whoa!
Did you
anyone
just
who
say
wants to
that?
get thrown off a steel cage at once every 10 years.
Was that on the stream? Did they hear that?
Oh, they heard that.
Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon
O'Mac.
he is a badass. He's the boss's son, and for some reason goes out there and lets people throw him off of like the Titantron and shit.
Yeah, he's a legend,
Like
that's for
every
sure.
10 years.
Yeah.
He'll come back.
All right.
That's a good one.
One thing we got to touch on before we get out of here. I'm sure you guys heard this in conjunction with FloGrappling. We've added a bonus match to this thing. Some people, a lot of people. I think there's a lot of crossover. Me and Reed grew up wrestling. A lot of people in the jiu-jitsu scene are like us, middle-aged guys who used to wrestle. Jordan Burroughs, Olympic gold medalist, 4-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist, 5-time world champion if you include them all together. One of the best of all time. Basically, it's either him or John Smith, in my opinion. Going against Isaiah Martinez, NCAA champion from the University of Illinois. They've had some close matches in freestyle before. This is a great match. It's going to be freestyle world. It's going to take place after our main event. We're going to swap things out, bring in FloGrappling guys to commentate and everything. Stick around and watch this. It's going to be exciting. I mean, every Jordan Burroughs match is exciting. Reed, what do you think about this thing?
100%, man. This is a great matchup. Both these guys at a crossroads in their career. Jordan didn't make the Olympic team, first time since 2011. He hasn't represented the United States. He's kind of dialing things back, kind of focusing his training camp and everything like that. He's coming back, taking on a next generation type of guy, a young generation guy. Isaiah Martinez, 2-time NCAA champion. Isaiah is one of the few people who has a win over Jordan Burroughs, on this stage, on a big stage like this. So a huge match for both these guys. I think it really sets the tone for the next 4 years or for the next couple of years for both these guys, and it all starts June 18th.
I mean, I like that. If we're trying to get some wrestling people to cross over and watch some no-gi, that if they tune in a little bit early, they're going to see Craig versus Ty. Yeah. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, we know this match is going to be nothing but nonstop action. I mean, Craig and Ty just...
All the athletes are pumped about it, too. To get to see a caliber athlete like Jordan Burroughs, like, whew, it's going to be awesome.
He's a legend. One of the greatest of all. I mean, I'm a John Smith guy. I grew up watching John Smith. I put him close second to there. Connor, what all is going on in the chat before we get out of here? What's going on with our friends Kitman and GS and all these guys?
They were giving us their favorite wrestlers. Do you guys want to hear?
I'm sure they love that.
Yeah. Steve is a Hulk Hogan guy. All right. Luis Quinones and GS are, I think they were for The Undertaker. And that's right up your alley there, Corey, right? It's Kane and Undertaker, brothers, right?
No, he picked the Undertaker's brother, Kane. They hate each other.
I love that rivalry. That was my favorite rivalry.
Okay. Well, obviously,
learn your shit,
I need to get
Connor.
my shit together.
All right. Wait, what's going on with our moderator search? You think GS and GS, Kitman, can we make them made men?
I think we could. Kitman is in there as a made
trust these
man
guys?
right now. I trust Kitman. I don't know about GS. We'll see. But Kitman's in there as a made man right now.
Before we get out of here, tell everybody about what happened after you got back from going to Tennessee to get your wallet.
Oh, Jesus, no. Okay.
No, not taking your wallet. You lost your wallet and you went to Tennessee to get a new ID. Tell your online friends what happened.
All right, guys. So I went to Tennessee. I lost my wallet, didn't have a driver's license, had a family reunion to get back to. In that time, I couldn't get it in time to fly. So I went the Greyhound route, took an 18-hour Greyhound from Austin, Texas to Nashville, went to the DMV, came back. Get back a week later, I found my wallet.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I had no idea about this.
I know.
Well, where was it?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Where the hell did you find this wallet?
Was it in the couch or something?
No. I checked the couch. I checked everything, but I was in a work meeting and I ran over to my room for something, and it was like where the box spring and the bed frame meet. It was just staring up at me like, yeah.
How did you not toss your entire house before you got on a Greyhound for 18 hours?
Oh my God.
How on earth did you not toss that house like it's a DEA raid before you bought a bus ticket to Nashville?
I thought I did. I almost burned it down when I found I was in a meeting.
I don't know if I can trust
pissed.
you to be a moderator anymore. We might need Kitman and GS to look after you.
I know. Steve is trying to take my spot as we speak. So
man.
Steve.
Man.
We might give Steve a job here. What happened with Mikey? Did Mikey ghost me, or did he just hop in and hop out? What's going on?
No, he didn't ghost you. He kind of, it wasn't a threat, but he said, after I started talking about him, he said, "I'll see you soon, boy."
Mikey's going to kill Connor. I like this angle.
Us.
All right, a little drama added in. Maybe he's going to Undertaker style show up and put you in a hearse next week.
Perfect. Hey, put it for the next prelims. He gets one prelim match warm up just to beat me up in front of everybody.
Tell Steve to get his resume ready then, because you might.
Yeah, I may be dead soon.
Yeah, we need to get casket matches and shit in the mix.
Hell yeah.
Next week, let's talk favorite tag teams of all time. Discord has 7 days to figure that out for us.
Discord, I'm in there shooting the shit. Mikey, Will, see some other people. Connor's in there. Steve's in there. The legendary GS and Kitman.
We're doing predictions next week.
Next week we're gonna call our shots. We're gonna pick our winners and all that. Tuesday show. Tuesday for 5 Eastern. Then I'll do the press conference like normal on Thursday, 5:30 Eastern. Friday night, starting an hour earlier because of the wrestling match added. 7 o'clock Eastern, right? First 3 matches free. Then 6 matches on the main card, only available on FloGrappling. And then the Jordan Burroughs match. Everybody go get on the Discord. God bless you all. We love you.